Guys, welcome to episode 3 of this. A lot of cool stuff going on in here. I'm really excited about this episode. We got our backpack drill so we can actually cut vertical cores through these sections. We did that. The performance of the machine and the quality of the cores was incredible. We're really excited about that. But along those lines, we realized after collecting these cores that we had no way of displaying them or preserving them after we get them back there. And we were in desperate need of core boxes. So we're really, really happy and excited to say that CGS Mule, Complete Geological Supplies, is sponsoring us in the form of sending us a bunch of core boxes. So we are really, really thankful to them. They're a great company. Check them out. There'll be a link down in the description of this video to their website. But they offer everything you need for core handling, so rock saws, boxes, all those sorts of things, field geology equipment, mining supplies, mining safety. They offer lab equipment there. So again, make sure you go and check them out. We're really, really thankful that they're on board with sponsoring us on this and sending us some supplies that we need in order to keep pushing this project forward. So we got that going on. Again, you'll get to see this backpack drill in operation, which was a lot of fun. But I think what we'll start it off with is showing you what Ashley has been up to behind the scenes here, building the measured sections. So taking our handwritten notes, which can be really hard to read, and she's deciphering everything that we're doing and building these really nice measured sections. So she's going to take you through that process. So here you go. Have a look at it.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Dowds. I'm one of the 3 geologists that are working on the Dunkirk Shale Critical Minerals project. So I don't have the glamorous field work to show you, but I do get to show you a behind the scenes look on how I'm converting their field measurements into measured sections in the office. So let me show you what I've been working on. So we will start with the spreadsheet that Randy and Scott developed from their field notes and send to me so that I can make these PowerPoint measured sections. We'll start over here on the right. They give an exact description of where the measured section was so that when the time comes, we can put a dot on the map for where these measured sections were taken from. And then over here on the left are the actual details of the measured section. So we start with the surface that the measurements are taken from. The cumulative thickness above and below are datum in inches and centimeters, the lithology of each interval, and then the individual bed thickness in inches and centimeters. Over here, they also include additional information that I can add into the measured sections. And then also down here, Randy includes a snapshot of his field notebook so that if I have any questions about what's in the Excel spreadsheet, I can check here first just to make sure that I understand before I reach out to him. So I'm going to show you how I took this information from Scott Creek and made it into a PowerPoint measured section. So let's hop on over to PowerPoint. And so this is what we have. Again, this is Scott Creek. You're looking at the Hanover and Dunkirk Shale here. And basically what I did was I used the ruler and grid system in PowerPoint to convert the PowerPoint grids into real world thicknesses. And so the major divisions are 12. So 3 of these divisions equals 1 meter on my measured section, which is 100 centimeters or 3 feet. And then each one of these minor divisions represents 2.77 centimeters. And so that's actually what I'm using to build these measured sections is, multiplying the 2.77 by the real world thickness so that I can come up with the the relative thickness on the measured section. So let's start here. Everything, all the measured sections are datumed at the base of the Kalwasser bed. And so here is the Kalwasser bed here. It's 18 centimeters thick at Scott Creek. And these squiggly lines up here represent that it has a bioturbated top. Above that, we have a 16.5 centimeter gray shale. And then directly above that is a 1.5 centimeter black shale. Now this red star right here represents that's a possible burn down section. And again, that's very important for the project that we're working on, because there's an opportunity to concentrate some of these critical minerals within those burn down intervals. Above that, we have another gray shale that's 2.5 centimeters thick, and then a black shale that has a pyrite lag in it, which is what that gold bar represents. And the total thickness there is 2 centimeters, another gray shale above that, and then we go into the black shale, the Dunkirk. If we look below the base of the Kalwasser bed, not too much going on here except for this carbonate interval down within the gray shale. And it's basically a mix of these carbonate nodules and these scraggy beds. So that's how it's represented on this cross section, or on this measured section here. I'm also keeping track, of course, of all the symbols that I use on the second page. These are the specific symbols that I've used for each one of the measured sections. You can see that we have ones that I haven't showed on here today, like these gray and black shale pipes and pyrite-filled burrows. Those are in some of the other measured sections. Also an erosional pyrite lag. But this is where I'm accumulating all of the symbols that we're using on these measured sections. I did start with a traditional symbology. This was taken from the Kentucky Geological Survey. Here's the link to the publication down here. So that's where we started, and that's where we are right now. The next step for these is to get the actual sample location and put them on a duplicate of this measured section. So we'll have a clean measured section and then a measured section that contains where the sample locations were taken from. And then we'll be able to, understand the distribution vertically and, geographically of how these critical minerals are being distributed throughout the gray and black shales. So pretty important work, behind the scenes look at the measured sections. If anybody has any questions or comments, very happy to hear them. So please send an email, LinkedIn message, whatever, to me, and we'll get your questions answered. Okay, thanks.
Made a brief stop here at Wright Park. So we're in the Hanover Shale. If you look at that point out there, that's Point Gratiot. That's where we were collecting samples in the first video. And now we're on the other side of this bay and we're looking at the Hanover Shale. So we're looking at upper deposits. This is a thin black shale that's coming through here. And you can see that there's some carbonate, scraggy layer, concretion type beds here. And look at this glacially striated surface here. Unbelievable. So that there is all from the result of the glaciers moving through here and scouring this surface. And you can actually see this is all glacial till, and you can see some of these dark pieces that are in here is actually chunks of probably Dunkirk and maybe other like black shales maybe that were carved out of the Hanover, but more than likely Dunkirk black shale in there. But yeah, have a look at that. Pretty neat. These tills are so amazing. Look at this. You got pieces of black shale right here in the till. So these are probably chunks of Dunkirk shale right here. Then you got these boulders in here. I mean, look at that. That's a chunk of red sandstone. I have no idea where that came from. Somewhere in Canada. There is no red sandstone anywhere near here. But yeah, look at all these glacial deposits.
Good?
snug.
Looks light.
I think it's about 44 pounds, but plus then I got that battery in there, so I don't know, it's like probably like 60 pounds or so. So happy that this is a short walk.
I just have a empty blue bucket, so it should be easy for me.
All right, so this is the Shaw backpack drill. I've been really excited about getting this, and this is going to allow us to take a vertical continuous core down through these sections. So the core, it's a BQ size core, so it's 36 millimeters or about 1.5 inches in diameter that we can take through here. These are some of the core barrels here. There's a core capture and a couple of different coring heads here depending on what size we want to use. This is just a knockout rod to retrieve the core once we've done that. And then these are some of the extender pieces for gaining depth. So we can cut about 2 feet at a time with these things there. And then as we go deeper, we add these to the system. And then in here, so this is the business end. This is the actual drill power plant. So again, it's just a 2-cycle engine here that runs this coring head. We have a water connector here with a swivel on it, and we have a 12-volt pump in there that will hook up to a battery, and we can either fill up a canister with water and draw water out of that, or we can put it right in the creek. And this is going to act as the lubricant and the coolant for this drill as we collect this section here. All right. All right, so we got core in there. All right, so this is, they call it a knockout rod, and it's actually used for when we use the core catcher, but I'm just gonna use it to gently push what core is in here out onto here. We'll see what it looks like. So this is a one-way core catcher. You can see it's got these metal tabs that are indented, so you go down, the core goes up in, it can't go back out, so that way we can go in and retrieve this core. There we go. Alright, so this is one of the extensions. This is what's going to get us down deeper. So we're going to put these together like that. Drill bit down there. Down on bottom, should be good to go. Great shale coming in there. Like as previously discussed, you argued that I'm too strong, so we're gonna have you do this one instead.
Weaker to take care of this.
Yeah.
we collected one core right here, and we've wrapped that, and we've preserved it over in the core grotto over there.
Right there.
And we're going to collect the second one. We'll use one of these for archiving, I believe, and the other one for analysis. So this is my first go at using the coring tool here. Not even sure how to start this thing yet. Push there.
That's some of the smoothest coring I've ever seen. That should go a lot deeper than that.
So we got it.
All right, cool. So that's all of the Beaver Creek cores there. We cut 2 cores next to each other. I think we got gotten close to 100% recovery on there. We had a little bit of spin on a couple of them, but
I think arguably mine was a little better than Randy's, but you know.
I mean, that's debatable. Yeah, we'll find whichever one's nicer was definitely mine. And but anyway, so we're gonna get these back. We're gonna go grab some lunch and then head over to the next creek and cut a couple more cores over there before we call it a day.
Randy finished collecting the first core at Scott Creek, and now we're just trying to get it out of the hole, the last little bit of it. So he's got a core catcher at the bottom and 3 links of tubing, handle at the top. Nice. Usually I'd help him at this point, but since I'm trying to do the video, he's on his own. This is usually my job. You can see Randy's not too practiced at this part right here.
Struggling. This barrel is full. This whole thing came out in 2 pieces. I gotta say, I am incredibly impressed with not only the drill, but also this gray shale for being able to hold together like that. So, way to go, Devonian gray shale. You're really impressing us. You can see the section we were just coring in profile. We started right around here, cored down through here. Here's the contact with the Dunkirk, and here's one of these thin black shale beds. Here's the Kellwasser bed. Coming down through, we probably ended somewhere right around in here. All right, guys, well, I think that does it for us today. We cut 4 cores at 2 different locations. I'd say we got about, I don't know, maybe 5 foot, between 5 and 6 feet. for each one of those cores. I think we're both really impressed with how well the gray shales cored. That went a lot smoother than I think either of us were expecting. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, and we will see you next time.